Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as flood victims continue to clean their homes and put back together what was left behind, some folks are taking a different approach.
And a major announcement yesterday, $500,000 in grants dedicated to debris cleanup in southeastern Kentucky.
And if you are one of those people cleaning up floods, are you up to date on your vaccines? We'll tell you why it's an important step in the process.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5:59. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Madison Pergram.
Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning on this Wednesday. In Madison, it should be a pretty nice day.
It should be a pretty nice day. I'm looking forward to the weekend, a sunny weekend.
I know.
It's going to be nice.
I know. It's going to be really nice. A stretch of sunny days is the good news. Let's bring Brandon in. And if you tuned in about 5:45, Brandon gave Madison and I a set of lyrics actually right before we started the 5:30. I'm going Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
You got it. That's exactly halfway there, living on a prayer. And we're going downhill now because it's hump day.
Yeah.
So we're on the backside of the week there. So we're going to continue to see, again, back and forth conditions for a little bit, but overall, not too bad. This morning, clouds, the main story. We see that there on the satellite and radar, but trying to back off as the front continues its passage. There we go. Third time's a charm. I've not had a good week doing on-air stuff this week. Passage through the region this morning. We're going to continue to see those clouds clear out throughout the morning hours. Visibility getting a little bit worse in some areas, so be careful of that this morning. Some patchy, dense fog around. We're looking at temperatures down to 30 in Moorhead now, but 42 in Middlesboro, so kind of a range this morning. Most folks in the 30s, so bundle up a little extra in your coffee cup this morning, and we're going to see temperatures only get into the mid-40s by this afternoon, but sunny skies will be around later today, at least briefly. We'll talk about the extended forecast coming up here in a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, as flood victims continue to clean out their homes and piece back together what was left behind, two men from Indianapolis are taking a different approach. Scott Aleo and Don Green said they first fell in love with Harlan on a mission trip. Green said once he heard of the flood, he knew what he had to do. So they went grocery shopping, among other things.
Plumbing, electrical, we did roofing, siding, built wheelchair ramps, you name it, whatever these folks need, we have done it for them.
They shopped and dropped off food to Crank Survival Center yesterday.
And a closed road in Perry County could be back open by late Friday evening. Transportation officials closed Kentucky 1165 last week. The road started to break and became too dangerous to drive on. Since then, people have taken either Hall or Pratt Mountain to get into the Viper area.
Well, as flood cleanup continues across eastern Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear announced $500,000 in grants for debris disposal.
The grants will be available for the 12 counties that declared states of emergency over the past several weeks.
WYMT's Emily Bennett talked with officials in Bell County on what this grant could do for the people there.
A flood that reached new heights.
We've got a lot more trash to deal with than in times past,
leaving counties needing money that is not in the budget.
More so than any flood in the past.
Still assessing damage.
From completely washed out roads, bridge abutments impassable, slides.
Not sure how big that number will be.
We've been so busy doing repairs that, we've just not had a chance yet to sit down and put pen to paper.
But with new debris disposal grants from the state,
this grant will help us take it through our solid waste station, which will have it disposed of properly.
Making sure all the damage the floodwaters left behind will be thrown away properly.
If you take out our ability to be able to help those folks, you're talking about, they would be burning mattresses and plastics and, things that shouldn't be burnt. Not just for the environment, but for that person's health as well, inhaling some of that.
Asking those with trash from the flood to put it on the edge of their property.
We can't go on their private property with their equipment and remove it.
So the county,
for somebody who's lost their belongings, it's really just started,
can help the people.
Now, the state urges people to be safe while cleaning up and to not burn anything. Times of pickup for the debris will be announced in the coming weeks.
And being up to date on vaccines is likely the last thing on the minds of families cleaning up from recent flooding. But health risks need to be taken into consideration, along with precautions to keep themselves safe, which is why the Bell County Health Department is offering free Tdap boosters. The vaccine protects you from tetanus, diphtheria, and proteus. Tetanus can be found in dirt, rust, and the muddy floodwater. The bacteria enters your body through any kind of cut.
If you do have any open wounds, scratches, cuts, anything like that, being in the water, even like I said with the soil and dust and stuff, it can enter your body, and cause you, to have one of those infections.
It is recommended to get the tetanus vaccine every 10 years. You can go to the Bell County Health Department anytime, Monday through Friday, from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. for the shot.
Well, people in Floyd County will now have access to a new ride. The county approved the motion for a new public transportation system. The county is using resources they already have. Right now, it is mainly used for senior citizens, but soon that will no longer be the case. One local business owner agrees a transportation system is needed.
Our area is more vehicle-based, so anytime that you can bring a vehicle to somebody in order to transport them, it's just going to be good for the citizens of the community.
The transportation service will be free to the public. Judge Executive Robbie Williams plans to release a schedule soon. You can look for it on the county's Facebook page.
And a fire at the Artist Collaborative Theater in Elkhorn City destroyed everything. 12 years of props, costumes, and sets all gone.
Now donations are needed for the nonprofit organization. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher shows us multiple ways to help.
From paint to props.
On top of that, we had years worth of lumber.
Volunteers lost everything in the Artist Collaborative Theater fire.
And in the fire, everybody saw the videos and the pictures. There's nothing that was salvageable.
Now they are looking ahead to upcoming shows.
It was really important to us that we continue our season.
But they need your help.
The building opened in 2008, so we had 12 years of costumes, props.
You can donate to a show as a prop, costume, or set sponsor.
We decided as a group that our immediate needs right now are to be able to continue our season.
There is an upcoming fundraiser night at Texas Roadhouse.
We get 10% of all the sales.
Plus a chili and dessert cook-off, in addition to a 5K.
We've learned to be thrifty as a company because it's necessary.
Since the fire, people from Kentucky to Nebraska are donating.
We're just thankful, just so thankful.
Proving the fire destroyed everything except their drive to continue. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, if you would like to know more about any of the fundraisers mentioned, you can visit our website over at WYMT.com.
Clouds moving out this morning and the rain is gone, so that's some good news. The bad news is it's going to be a chilly day overall. Clouds already cleared out in parts of the Mountain Parkway and I-64 corridor. The rest of us will have to wait just a little bit longer for that front to continue to move through the region. 30 Moorhead, 42 in Middlesboro. Everybody else kind of falling in between, but most folks there in the low to mid upper 30s there across the region. Emoji cast today. Clouds give way to sunshine. A chance for a snow shower or a rain shower to the south tomorrow around those border counties. Most of us, though, should be partly to mostly cloudy, and then sunshine returns again by Friday to start the weekend. Madison.
Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning.
More news is on the way. Coming up, about 500,000 Kentuckians face rising costs for a medication that keeps them alive. We'll show you how lawmakers are working to change that.
And amidst growing concerns about the coronavirus, one teacher from Richmond says she's glad to be back home after teaching near the epicenter of the outbreak.